see. So here's what's inside. We've got Yamato in pieces. Alright, so here we've got all 4 of Yamato's pieces. She's got this little base stand thing, and then the bow to go on her back, top half of her body, and the lower half. So let's get her together. Looks like her big old hands are like blocking her body from going on. Let's see if I can just like stretch them, maybe. Yeah, this body does not want to go on. This might just be impossible. I'm gonna tear her arms off right now. Alright, and finally it's going on. Like, that takes quite a bit of work to get on there. You saw I had to really like pull both of her arms off to the side to get them around this little purple piece around her waist. Had to like pull them out as I was pushing it down. The struggle is finally over, but look at that. So the ordeal begins again. Is it possible? Alright, that was a lot easier than getting it on, so right there is where it hooks. So yeah, this figure is really something. Looks like you've got to stick this here and then like get her hair to go over that, kind of pull it forward, then do what I did before. Alright, it's going in. Alright, so there we go. Look at that. Finally together. And her stand just goes on like this. Her sandal goes right there, and then the top part hooks into her red skirt piece. Just like that. And let's see. Let's see the stability. Well, as long as you don't hit it, she'll probably stand up. Alright, so Yamato weighs 10 ounces, and now let's see how tall she is. So to the tips of her horns looks to be just a bit over 9 inches. And now let's look at the details. So I think the hair looks great. It's got those 3 distinct colors that it should have. The way it's cut off at the ends looks good also. And then that big purple and white Odin bow that she wears on her back looks pretty good also. You can see a little bit of lines where the rope is like stretching and tying around itself. And then her long red skirt piece. So that's just very plain. There's like nothing to it, just a plain flat red color. And also the little portions where her white shirt is showing through are just blank and flat also. You can see that little design in it that should be blue, like it is here on the upper portion of her shirt, but they're just blank. No blue in there at all. But the top half of the shirt I think looks pretty good. It's got all the details that it should have on it. And then the head, so we can see her hair hanging down here. It's also got those 3 colors on it, just like the back of the hair. And the face itself looks pretty good to me. I like the face on this one. Then from the side you can see she's wearing her earrings. And I like the horns too. You could see that gradual change from the orange to the kind of darker reddish orange color. Unfortunately, she does have a seam on both arms, and usually I can overlook seams, like they don't bother me too much, but when they're straight on skin like this, it is a bit hard to look at. The seams cannot be seen on the pictures that are on the box, but you know, that's just how it is. Sometimes the final product will show up with some seams like this. And even so, it's not really the biggest deal because like when I have her on the shelf, can't really even see them that well. And here she is now with this other Yamato I have. This one is quite a bit smaller, you can see, but it does have some better detailing on it. There's a little bit of shading on the red skirt piece. This piece is colored in down here. This piece is colored in instead of just being blank like it is on this one. Also no seams on the arms. And now for the hair. Yeah, I think the hair is fine on both of them. Now let's see what she looks like with some more figures. Alright, so here she is now with some Grand Line figures, and she's pretty huge compared to them, which, you know, could maybe be a good thing depending on the character, because Yamato is a big character. Yeah, she looks pretty huge by Nami, Robin, Luffy, Zoro. Usopp. And now with the Portrait of Pirates Sogeking, look at, she's about the same height as him. And now with the King of Artists Chopper and Katakuri, so she's taller than Chopper but shorter than Katakuri. And even though the paint job is lacking in some areas, I still prefer it to this other Yamato because it's a pretty good size. You can see her face, it's not blocked by any effect pieces, so pretty happy with this one.